From the Detroit Free Press, in the heart of the Motor City, it's Monday, April 27th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kerry Jr. The Michigan Health Department reports nearly 600 new cases of the coronavirus and 41 new deaths. In total, there are over 37,000 COVID-19 cases and about 3,300 deaths statewide. Last week, Governor Gretchen Whitmer extended the stay-at-home order through May 15th.
The data shows that most Michiganders are doing their part by staying home and staying safe. It's good, but we must keep it up.
The order relaxes restrictions on masks and low-risk businesses. She says the order no longer requires people to wear masks outside. However, it should be considered. Social distancing is still required. Lawn service companies, nurseries, bike repair shops, and garden stores are now allowed to open with some restrictions. The governor permits boating and golf courses to open, and people are now allowed to travel between residences. Governor Whitmer encourages all residents to only engage in travel if necessary. She says if numbers continue to decrease, then the state will begin to further reopen the economy.
We will consider this the preliminary stage of economic re-engagement. We will collect data. We will continue to ramp up our testing and our tracing, and we will make informed decisions in the coming days about potential further economic re-engagement.
3 things: case numbers, hospital capacity, and public health system capacity. Those are the key areas Michigan's chief health executive, Dr. Janae Caldoun, says determined how long the preliminary stage will last.
If any of those 3 things appear that they are going in the wrong direction, we will need to look at strengthening our public health and social distancing requirements again so that we can prevent another surge in cases.
Caldoun says the goal is to administer 15,000 tests each day. That way, officials can locate the disease and stop the spread when the state reopens. Last week, the state reached 7,000 tests in a day. On average, Michigan has administered 3,300 tests per day since March 10th. The state released the number of COVID-19 cases in nursing homes. There are 2,200 confirmed cases. Approximately 30% of nursing homes reported only 1 case, and over half of the 480 facilities had no confirmed cases at all. Most confirmed cases of COVID-19 were found in Wayne, Macomb, and Oakland counties. On Friday, the city of Detroit completed testing for 1,900 residents across all nursing facilities, a 10-day effort. Over a quarter of residents and staff tested positive. There have been 149 COVID-19 related deaths. Despite those numbers, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan says recent testing efforts are keeping residents safe.
Our senior citizens who are in the nursing homes today are a lot safer today than they were 2 weeks ago.
More information specifying the case count in nursing facilities in the city will be released this week. That's the latest. For more information about COVID-19 in Michigan, visit www.freep.com.
This is Julie Hines of the Detroit Free Press. Right now, the Detroit Free Press and the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are partnering to raise money for a new program that feeds doctors, nurses, and healthcare staffers on the coronavirus front lines. The initiative is called Rescue Detroit Restaurants, Feed Healthcare Heroes, and its purpose is to deliver healthy, locally sourced meals to 4 Detroit area hospital systems: Beaumont, DMC, Henry Ford, and Providence Ascension. The food is being prepared by 10 restaurants that have previously appeared on the Detroit Free Press Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers annual Top 10 Best New Restaurants list. The program does double duty in terms of who benefits. While it gives healthcare workers a delicious and much-deserved meal, it also provides support to some acclaimed Detroit area eateries that are being hard hit by Michigan's stay-home order. Contributions and donations will be collected until noon on April 30th. If you're interested in donating money, go to fundraiser.com.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm restaurant critic Mark Kurlianchik with some good news for a change. Maybe the world has gone to seed, but the squirrels are loving it. At least the ones dining at Maison du Noir, a very fancy, miniature outdoor cafe in Oak Park whose diners, that is, the neighborhood squirrels and birds, have become international celebrities. I know, sounds crazy. Let me explain. A few weeks ago, Oak Park resident James Vreeland took some wood lying around the house and fashioned a couple tiny tables surrounded by a fence-like enclosure. He set this custom al fresco patio furniture out in his front yard, added some wildlife-friendly food, and attached a GoPro camera to capture all the action. Now, thousands of people from all over the world have been tuning in to Vreeland's Facebook page every day to watch a live stream of squirrels and blue jays pecking away at the menu of mixed seeds, stale pizza crust, and peanuts on the whole shell. By the way, in English, Maison des Noix translates to the nut house. Read all about it at freep.com and take care, everybody.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department and a look at the NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions made all their picks between Thursday and Saturday, and here's Dave Birkett with a recap of what happened.
Listen, I don't agree with every pick. I gave him an A-, and if you probably averaged out the grades of all the picks, it wouldn't equal an A-, but I weighted those grades heavily towards the players up top. I like the Jeff Okudah pick. I think there was, look, I would have liked to see him make a trade. They would have liked to have made a trade. There wasn't a trade there, and I don't think you can fault Bob in the Lions for that. So I like what they did. I gave him an A. I think Okudah was the right pick at number 3. I think he was the best player on the board, so can't go wrong with that. DeAndre Swift, we talked about this yesterday, just the value of a running back at 35. And look, when you see Matt Breida get a 5th-round pick, right? He goes for a 5th-round pick that maybe you think that maybe that running back's a little too high, Swift at 35, and they could have addressed other needs. I like it still. I think Swift was a great, he was the best player there. And that's what this team wants to be.
As for what's next for the Lions, that's anyone's guess. The offseason has been completely interrupted by the coronavirus pandemic. As of now, training camp is still scheduled to begin in late July.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer. See you tomorrow.